Hey guys, what's going on? Brand new video here. So in this video, I'm gonna do two things. I'm gonna show off a box set, and then I'm gonna lead into that by discussing if so and so and so. But I don't want to ruin the surprise, okay? So let's just start off with the unboxing. Alright, you guys have seen my Music Holy Grail, the Led Zeppelin box set, with all the pictures and stuff. We went through that already, back in June? No, July. June. Move closer here. Either or. So, this is my Holy Grail box set of movies. I've had this a very, very long time. My Wizard of Oz 70th anniversary, limited edition of only 243,000. And you open a box here. Let me set this so that it doesn't get these over here. Now, if you haven't been able to tell so far, this has to do with movies. Now then. So, start off and we have a nice book. Show off a few pictures. It's still got that brand new smell. That's how much I've opened this and used it. It still has that brand new book smell. Alright? So in the box there, you have a book. It also comes with this, which is a, promotional use only, not for individual sale. And this is the, shooting of the production budget. And they filmed for 108 days, and they went way over budget. So this is a copy of the budget for the film, and all the expenses and everything that it cost to make and whatnot. And I started off with a budget of, let me see if I can figure this out correctly. Basically, they ended up they went over budget majorly. Basically, yeah. We have a campaign book. Yep. Yeah. You open it up there. It's got a little letter. In celebration of the 70th anniversary of The Wizard of Oz, Warner Home Video is proud to present this reconstruction of the film's original 1939 book, A Holy Grail collectible for audio aficionados of Oz, blah 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 blah, etc. etc. So, and here we have the book itself. Yeah, let's get in there, right? Alright, let's see. There. Right? We have a metal tin in here, of which I've never taken out. This is a collectible watch. with actual crystals in it, I believe. Or something. Like that. A little protective covering here. Tin. And then the movie itself. Open it up there. It's got special feature discs and all that. Anyway, so what I'm getting at here, and basically what this video is going to be about, is our newer movies, new films, whatnot, gonna stand alongside older movies. And I took out some of my DVDs to further go into explanation of what I think. So, with how movies are being made today, and how there's like I don't want to like yell, so that's why I'm moving the camera closer. Are movies of this generation, of recently, gonna be able to stand the test of time the way that The Wizard of Oz does? You know? I mean, like take, what do I got here to go on with? Take Forrest Gump, okay? And take Forrest Gump up to that example. Alright. Pirates of the Caribbean. The series itself, super strong, but should we look at movies the way for their character development and their story? The way that movies of the 1930s and 40s and 50s were looked at? That they relied heavily on their story than on special effects? Are we losing track of what really matters when people go to see a film? You know, do we want to continue having movies like Deadpool and Lord of the Rings, you know, which the difference between Lord of the Rings and Deadpool is that, yes, Deadpool is meant to be silly and stuff, but it takes into, if you take into the account of the story of Deadpool and the story of Lord of the Rings, what Peter Jackson crafted with Lord of the Rings is that he was able to take modern special effects of the time and have the good story behind it. But the story was already made. Now, take Deadpool. Does it have the strength to stand up to films like Lord of the Rings and Forrest Gump and I might have grabbed a little too many movies here. And, well, yeah. Does Deadpool have the strength to hold up against films like Forrest Gump and Lord of the Rings and Silence of the Lambs? You know, these are Oscar-winning films. And they rely on their story while also balancing out, you know, what the problem is. Now take Pirates of the Caribbean. You know, like, it heavily relies on special effects. But there's also good acting in it. So do we want to rely more on films that have good special effects and good visual effects for the next few years? Or do you think that we'll get tired of what we'll see and want to go back to more basics of more storyline and character? You know, I mean, movies nowadays, you know, it's like everything has to be an upscale, like $200 million budget. But back then, you know, you could make a movie on a small budget, and a small budget back then, you know, if we're talking way back, like in the 1950s and 1930s, you know, a small budget back then was a couple $1,000, you know, and a big budget back then was like $3 million. But $3 million now is considered a small budget. But everything has like a sequel now. So do we feel like with prices of movies going up and then the budget's getting bigger for each film, just big budget after big budget, you know, do we want to continue that? Or do we want to see something that's more adolescent, something that's more independent? Do we want more independent films with smaller budgets but that take it back to character and story and not rely on effects? Not saying that movies with big special effects aren't great. You know, if you balance out the storyline and the character development, and if you have good acting behind it, then that works. You know, I just saw Infinity War recently, and it was great on effects. It was fantastic. It made great use of its budget. And, you know, there's good actors and stuff like that, too. Good actors, good actresses, blah, 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 whatnot. But do we want to continue having the special effects and the bigger budgets? Because the job of an actor or actress is to be in the role, to bring out the character. You know, what's the point of having an actor and someone bringing out the character for the story if everything behind them is going to be taken care of with CGI? You wouldn't see CGI in a film like Wizard of Oz. You had multiple people working day and night to paint those sets. People actually painted the sets in that movie, you know? And I'm not saying that we need to paint sets in films and, you know, make it more hard than it already is. No. What I'm saying is that I feel like we need more people who come up with their own ideas, and I feel like more movies need to have smaller budgets. Because if you have a small budget and it's a flop, you lose less money. But I also feel like we need to stop making remakes. It's like everything is remade now. And if there isn't something remade, it's gonna happen real soon. So, that's just kind of my take on that, you know. Like, just whatnot. You know, and so basically what I feel like, in my opinion, for the sake of movies to continue to develop and go on, we need to have a change that doesn't rely so heavily on special effects. And we need to go back to more basic story and character. Not saying that we can't have special effects in movies. They're great when they're done well. I just feel like we need more of a movement where people are taking ideas on their own, using smaller budgets, and hopefully having success in the end of it. So, that's my take on that. You know, this is just my opinion. If you like the video or not, that's fine. It's just my opinion. So, like and subscribe and everything. And, that's it. If you guys have any thoughts on this, you know, comment down below. Alright.